hugely rewarding for you as you grow. You can't do that if you bought a house because everybody told you that it was going to be the best investment. And show me where you calculated.
Greetings, everybody. It's your main man, Moki. I greet you again. It has been a while without coming here. Say hi or say a word to everybody or anybody watching, listening, and zooming in. It's Moki Wells again. Yeah, your professional designer. Moki Wells again. Yeah, I'm here to notify you all to acknowledge my existence on earth by adding value in what I'm here to say. Yes, let me get my earphones. Sorry, my microphones. This world is made by people that will say the people who think they have power over others and they are above everything. So when they say they think they're entitled to their words and nobody else can say. Now, for example, uh, okay, you call me well. Why I always come up and just fire or nail the man many of you know, the the former president of Uganda. Okay, the president of Uganda, that's Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the main dictator. When I say the main dictator, other people may call me wrong, but the truth is the man himself is a pain in that, a really pain. You ask me why? Do I call him a pain in that? One UN summit or UN meeting, Museveni, Kaguta Museveni, came up and said, okay, let me just quote his words, just as they said, whenever I travel abroad, I pack my own Ugandan food. That whenever he goes abroad, he packs his own Ugandan food, and his own Ugandan food include milk, millet flour, honey, plantain, banana, etc. Don't forget pineapple too, among the plants or the food, the Ugandan food this guy feels proud in packing whenever he goes abroad. I'm not talking none other than, or I'm talking about Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. That was his speech. I'm just quoting his words. Whenever I travel abroad, I pack my own Ugandan food. I includes milk, millet, plantain, banana, matoke, honey, etc. etc. I say don't forget, you mentioned pineapple. Okay, we shall go on and say. The other day, my pineapple went out of stock. My staff bought for me from a supermarket in UK. The pumpkin was very, the pumpkin was less sweet. Hmm? It was, the pumpkin was less sweet. It was, that's to say, the pumpkin was bitter. Hmm? The pumpkin was bitter. It was less sweet. It had an ammonious alkaline taste. And the guy himself continued and said, immediately he tasted the pumpkin or the pineapple. Immediately I tasted the pineapple. I had to terminate the whole exercise at once because the pumpkin was not sweet. Museveni had to terminate the whole exercise let me say, the eating exercise at once. That means was eating, let me say, matoke, pineapple maybe were part of the desserts, or yeah, the desserts. Hmm? So, appetizers. So you had to terminate the whole exercise in a due process. Maybe like you sometime begin with pineapples to stimulate your appetite, to arouse your appetite. Uh, Maybe you can begin with a piece of sugar cane. You can begin with a piece of apple. So imagine you're hungry the whole day, you've not eaten, and the desserts, the appetizers. Pumpkin is a monk. Assume Museveni was a Muslim, was fasting. Imagine pumpkin was among the starters. He had to terminate the whole exercise. That person means he's not gonna eat. You know, it meant Museveni did not eat. He began with such, you know, he don't eat at all. He slept hungry, or he went hungry the whole day because he was unhappy with the taste of the pineapple that was bought in the UK supermarket because his pineapple had gone out of stock. You get what I mean? This is what I mean. So the president of Uganda stopped eating because the taste of the pineapple bought from the UK supermarket, it was less tasty. It was bitter. It was bitter. It had an ammonious alkaline taste. Etungununa. That's what I can say. If you understand what I can say. Um, so the guy was like, he asked, he asked the question at the end and said, why would the citizen of the world endure, hmm, endure this on accounts? Why would the citizens of the world endure such, such undesirable and uncalled for situations? It meant it was a punishment like eating. Why would citizens of the world eat pineapples that are not sweet compared to the ones of Uganda? Hmm? Why would citizens of the world endure such, hmm, accounts on accounts of policies designed to serve noble interests? You know the noble interests. The noble or the narrow interests. I say, why would citizens of the world endure the passations on accounts? Why would citizens of the world endure such tests, such situations? Might have said, he might have quoted the pineapple, but he meant a lot of situations that are not desirable for the citizens of the world. Museveni in the UN summit at the speech said himself, hmm, on accounts of policies designed to serve narrow interests. Policies that are designed to serve narrow interests. Hmm? Why are they so concerned? Why are they so concerned in the production, in the agriculture of Africa? Why are they so concerned on the land, on the, the natural setup of the world, or let me say of Africa? Why would the people enjoy, hmm, the natural? It meant the soil that produces pumpkin is non suitable for that production because the soil is tampered with due to the policies that are designed to serve narrow interests. This soil is polluted by the nuclear, the nuclear and the science researches that are made on the soil. It leaves the soil degraded. It leaves the soil with no nutrients to produce the ideal product. Idea, this man was so mad at what he said, and he said continually, he will never eat pineapple until he returns to Uganda. But when he was reading such information that from where I began and to where we are, he was so concerned to read and not make any mistake in his readings. Me as a viewer looked at this and said, I wish this man really speaks this from his heart and indeed means it because he showed how beautiful, how fertile, how sweet the Ugandan pineapple is compared to this of the UK and the United States. You get what I mean? If I'm not wrong, I may be mistaken by those who don't believe in change. Citizens of the world, I want you to recall and I want you to reflect on what is going on in Uganda. Citizens of the world, do you keep a deaf ear and say Uganda is at peace when the UN employed the UN army to come and look for Joseph Kony in the northern Uganda? Little did Joseph Kony depart in the Congolese forests. The citizens of northern Uganda were cut off their mouth, their ears. Parents were burnt alive in faces of the kids. They were beheaded. Atrocities were done on the people of northern Uganda and the citizens of the world through the United Nations kept a deaf ear until it was to a national importance to look through into the matter. A little did we know that the president himself is trying to control the labor outcomes in Uganda. Remember, Museveni is a rebel who came to power through the gun. How would he surpass, or how would he scare away rebels or scare people from attacking his government? He had to create rebels like Alice Lakwena, Joseph Kony in the years of 1980s and 90s. Millions of Ugandans were killed in northern Uganda because Joseph Kony was at work. Until now, none know about Joseph Kony. But in Joseph Kony's interview with Norbert Mao, he said himself, how can someone who wants to be president behead his people? Whom will he lead when you have killed your people? It is only a fool who does that. Maybe the one who does that and is responsible for it until now is a fool. Because Joseph Kony was Museveni himself. And the people of the world know the truth. Let me tell you one thing. There is a famous saying that goes, set a thief to catch a thief. If Museveni was a rebel, in which way would he stop rebel activities in Uganda? He became the only rebel. creates a rebel group, finances it. There we go. The others are gonna be scared. He reads in his note to the conference and said he will never eat pineapple until he goes back to Uganda. Let me tell you, the soil of Uganda is degraded. Hmm? The soil of Uganda is not fertile anymore. Uganda was the leading producer of coffee. Next, the second leading producer next to Brazil. Where is Uganda right now? Look at the matoke. They are famously from the central. Okay, it doesn't matter where it comes from now. But matoke was a staple food for Baganda. Trade was the major source of income. People long ago, our grandparents dealt on barter trade. Give me 3 cows, give me 1 cow, I give you 3 goats. Give me 3 cows, I give you a piece of land. That was the trade. People are poor to an extent they can't afford a Panadol. This poverty has spread to the nearby countries in the Congo because of war. Where there is war, there is instability, there is no trade. Who is M47? Hmm? These are the people creating instabilities in Congo because it is in the history that, not even in the history, it is the International Criminal Court of Justice. Museveni has to face, or he faced against Congo, was charged of robbery. The army of Uganda went and stole timber, gold, gold, minerals of millions and millions of dollars from Congo. Congo won the case and Uganda has to pay, but only the benefit of one man. And here he comes and tells how greedy he is. Oh, maybe he had even eaten a long time ago, and this pineapple was the last. And he pretends they had to end the whole exercise at a go. Look at who ends the whole exercise. Corruption is full of him. His family, the wife is the minister of education. The son is the army commander, the top army commander at his age is a general already because of his desires by the father. You can imagine all jobs are allocated to one region. Hmm? Where is the freedom of speech, and why is injustices made by people who can speak the truth, but they decide to lie to the public? Hmm? He came to fight for the people of Uganda, and he still indeed did the same like the predecessors of Idi Amin Dada and Milton Obote. This man is a true blood sucker for God. God forbid my words have gone astray. Millions of people lost their lives in the Ruelo, on the cattle corridors, because they were deceived. Himself, the man, said, "We ruled by deception." He ruled and he led people to deception so that they would follow him and, hope him conquer Uganda. And Uganda is at his mercy now. Where else If Uganda is reached a fertile soil ground and a fertile, you know, land, it means it's peaceful. There is no war because where atomic bombs are raised, the soil does not remain the same. Look at Nagasaki, Hiroshima. hmm? Nuclear was let into the soil, production was low until now. Of North Korea and the Koreans are suffering because of Nagasaki. Uganda is peaceful. We found a very peaceful nation where it was even named the part of Africa, the land that flowed with milk and honey. Now the land is bleeding. But let me tell you, I won't quote anything, but let me quote this again and say, I will not lead you to temptation until you can't handle. I will come forward for you and help you. That says the Lord. The Lord said He will not lead us to temptation until we cannot handle it anymore. Remember, the devil made an agreement with God that allow me tempt your people. If you think they are loyal to you, then the Lord said, tempt them until you want, but don't take their life. The power of death is for the Lord. But Satan comes with deception. He kills, but you still say, Wagina ilahi, wahina leni, wajihuna. We don't say thank the Satan took. No, no, no. God gave and He has taken. Then you shall praise the Lord forever. The beginner and the end, the ender, the Alpha and the Omega. Many people's lives have been claimed because of difference in political affiliations, over drunkenness on power. What is left for the poor man? The land is sold and gone. Cattle is the main important thing to protect. Education is designed to produce job seekers, and the jobs are given to the selected few. And that designed education for job seekers is for the selected because of the prices of education that are raised in every corner that a poor man will not afford to educate his children. If you are designed to be job seekers who will employ you, talent and craft is buried. Technical schools are nowhere anymore. If they are, there's no value added to their productions. But it's only a fool who forgets where it comes from. That's why the neighbor countries developed on the masses of the other country because they're not fools. But still, I don't think they'll be buried where they are, where they were, or they are planning to. I wish they don't die, they live forever. To see a new country, a new nation. Because the liberator has come, the man himself, His Excellency, Bobby Wine. Big up to Bobby Wine, the fighter, the people's president, the people power, our power, the National Unity Platform. Beginning with the exposure of corruption, Yeah, their own Mafia Sipoga, the former leader of opposition, the pre-current commissioner, parliament, the vice president of Central, who has been caught in a corruption scandal. And these are the people who have been letting Museveni rule for ages because he had created a shadow government. It is a shadow government as it feels. It is a shadow government because there can be a shadow where there is no object. Museveni was the object. Why should the opposition call itself a shadow government? Nara, nara, nara. You can't be a shadow of something you're not. He has ruled in deception. He has created opposition that within government that is trying to protect him for ages. These people are paid to remain silent and pretend they are opposing. Justice started like creating rebels that were not existent. You create the MK-47 in Congo so that they can get ammunition from the UN to go and protect Congo through AMISOM. We know. And everyone thinks the world is a coward. Everyone who will speak will fear of death. The fear of death is death itself because no one owns the world. The man who came with Jesus' shoes, he now can't eat a sour pineapple. These people fed on cow dung. They drank raw blood because they are pastorists. They eat cow dung. They drink low milk. Now you can assume how the taste of a sour pineapple disgusts him to end the whole exercise of eating. Think and reason. Africa, you are beheaded unless you speak. Because whatever you speak will impact. Let not your justifications or your crucifixions keep you in cupboards because everyone has skeletons in their closets. No one is perfect. Don't justify your failure to speak or defend because of your injustifications. Jesus said, let that who has no sin cast the first stone. Speak and let them judge you. For those who think are okay. Our children, our sisters, our brothers are refugees. Look what the people rotting in embassies in Saudi Arabia, and the all other, Middle East countries looking for jobs. Long ago, it was a choice to leave your country, go visit, not go work. Workers were taken as slaves. Now we have the modern day created slavery by our leaders. Don't create jobs for our nations, but they give tax holidays to foreigners. But I don't blame them because they are the problem. We have decided to keep quiet and feel comfortable until you face the problems when you speak about it. But why would you wait for it? You've seen it from your neighbor. Chase it away. Jah bless to the people of the nation. And thanks to those who have lights in their eyes so they can see and analyze. Not everyone that says God, God, or Lord, Lord, you go to heaven. And in the beginning was the Word. The Word separated the earth to be the ground, and the oceans and the lakes and the space was heaven. So what are you taking to the space? Zero. You're gonna die and leave everything here. Salute, Mr. President, His Excellency Bobby Wine, the people's president.